Hey y'all, this is Rachelle and welcome back to my channel, Rachelle Budgets. Today we're going to be tracking my expenses for February weeks. I think it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 or 2, 3, and 4. But stay tuned so you can see how much money we actually spent in the month of February. Y'all are going to have to forgive me because I did not keep up with this last month. I plan on doing a better job this month. February was just really, really busy for us, or for me, being that it was a heavy month of cheer competitions, flying out of town, coming back in town. When we came back in town, then we had practice all week, and then there was an ice storm. Practice was canceled. Then we went to NCA, which was in downtown Dallas. So that was here locally, but just leading up to that, the month of February was just totally all over the place. Excuse me. So with the month of March, it should be a whole lot better. Well, it will be. We don't have any competitions until the end of May or April. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So since I do have all 4 weeks to track here, I'm just going to transfer everything I have here in my micro notes or my skinny mini binder here, and just transfer everything from here over to these pages, play a little bit of music for y'all, and then I'll come back. But let me just tell y'all, this is a Happy Planner skinny mini notebook where I keep it in my purse or in the car, and whenever I purchase anything, I'll write down the date, the detail, the amount, and then the category. Okay, and then here I have the different categories that I track, and out beside it I have it color coded. So that's how I know what I'm going to code or group together when I track my expenses. So what I'm going to do now is transfer everything from this notebook to these trackers. Okay, y'all, so I've got everything transferred over. So now let's calculate. And as you can see here, all I have is this turquoise and this pink color here. So I only have 2 categories for this week, which is eating out or miscellaneous and unbudgeted. And this is the week or weekend of the Super Bowl. So we did a lot of eating out, and this was a weekend too that we had a cheer competition. So let's go ahead and just add all these up. So for miscellaneous, we have $289.87. Now for eat out, we have $240.58. Now for the total spent this February week 1, $530.45. And we didn't even spend anything on our other categories. So groceries, 0, gas, 0, and rider, 0. And this was also the week that we had the snowstorm. So 3 out of the 5 work days, I was at home. So that's why you don't see anything for gas, and so was my husband and my kids. So now moving on to February week 2, which is the dates February the 13th through to February 19th. Oh, you know what, y'all? You'll see that a lot of these expenses here should have gone on week 1, but we did a lot of ordering and eating out a Super Bowl Sunday. I did not write everything down, just transparency. I didn't write everything down on the date, so I just went to my banking app, and whatever day that it processed, that's the day that I put it down here in my tracker. I just wanted to be transparent with y'all and let y'all know that even though it's not on the correct week, I still put it down here in my notebooks so that way I can keep track of everything. Okay, y'all, so we have everything transferred over. Now it's time to come in and highlight the categories. Okay, y'all, so we got everything highlighted. Now it's time to come in and add up the different categories for that was spent for this week. Okay, y'all, so we have everything calculated, and for eating out, we spent $139.95. The Super Bowl Sunday eating out is on this week. Eating out, we had $139.95. For gas, we spent $32.48. Groceries, we spent $54.45. And then for miscellaneous, we spent $472.71. There was a lot going on for miscellaneous this week as well. Got my nails done. Went to Walmart, Kroger. I did buy something out of beauty, so I'm gonna have to take it out of the beauty envelope and put that back. I have not done that yet, y'all. I have not. American Housing, that was for my daughter who's in college. That's what we owed for the semester. I did pay the charge for my oral surgery. Went to Barnes and Nobles and got like 4 books. And then Dollar General, we just had some miscellaneous fees. Oh, another big one here too, Lucy in the Sky. That was for, I bought my daughter 2 dresses for the cheer banquet just to see which one would fit. The other one is going back. So for this February week 2, date 2/13 through 2/19, we spent a total of $699.59. Too much. But anyway, so turning over to week 3, let's see. And week 3 is going to be a lot too, y'all, because this is the week that we were in Atlanta. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and transfer all the expenses from February week 3, which is February the 20th through the 26th, over to my expense tracker. All right, y'all. So now that we have everything brought over, it's time to tally up and total everything. Y'all, I really don't want to see how much my daughter and I spent this weekend. But like I said earlier, this was a weekend, or the weekend, that we went to Cheer Sport in Atlanta. So there wasn't a lot of gas being bought, wasn't a lot of groceries bought until I came back and I had to stock up. But there was a lot of eating out and miscellaneous. So let's go ahead and tally up everything. So we know we only have one entry for gas. So we can go ahead and do that. That is $30.04. I already have a dollar sign there. So what am I doing? So $30.04. Miscellaneous or groceries, we only have one entry, and that was $209.05. And now let's tally up eating out. Okay, so for eating out, our total is $257.13. And so now let's see what our total is for our miscellaneous spending. So our total for miscellaneous is $390.16. So $390.16. Now the total spent for this week, total spent this week, let's add everything up. Y'all, so for this week we spent a total of $886.38, and the month is not even done yet. It's not even over. So we have one more week to track, and that is this week that we're in, 2/27 through 3/5. And I did count this last week in the month of February, because the last week of February started with Monday being the 28th. I could have put that over in March and counted that as March week 1. I just didn't. There's no particular rhyme or reason. I just did not. So March week 1 is going to start with the first full week of March, which I think was like March. It's Monday, March the 7th. So y'all, if we look back over, let's see here. Okay. The past 3 weeks of February. So for February week 1, we spent a total of $530.45, with our heavy hitters being miscellaneous and then eating out. Week 2, we spent a total of $699 $699.59, again with our heavy hitter being miscellaneous and eating out. For February week 3, we spent a total of $886.38, again with our heavy hitters being miscellaneous, eating out, and groceries. Now, for miscellaneous, like I said, this is the week that we were in Atlanta for cheer sports. So I expected this week to be high because I was spending money in Atlanta. My husband was back here with my son, spending money back here. But that's okay because we have the money to float. We have the extra funds in our joint account to cover what we spent. So let's just go through, because I feel like I want to go through this week with y'all because it's really high and I want to explain some spending. So I spent $24.46 in the airport. And again, let me just say, you see a lot of the date here says 2/22. However, a lot of these transactions didn't occur on the 22nd. They occurred the 18th, the weekend of the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th. But I was out away at a cheer competition. I did not carry this with me. But when I came home, I went through our banking account, our checking account, and just put everything in here when it processed. Okay, so that's the airport. Let's see, we had Chick-fil-A. My this miscellaneous expense here, this $12 for the MARTA, which that is Atlanta's public transportation. So when we got to the airport, it was easier for us to take the MARTA to the hotel versus trying to get a Lyft or an Uber. So it was just easier for us to take the public transportation. And then when we got there, we rested some in the hotel. We stayed at the Marriott in downtown Atlanta. And on the first floor, or the atrium level, is like shops and everything underneath the Marriott. So there's eateries, there's a CVS. I mean, it's just there's a nail shop, a barber shop, just shopping underneath the hotel. So this CVS, we went, like I said, my daughter and I went to sleep, or we rested because we were up early that morning. And we rested, and then we went to CVS to get us some snacks. And yes, I spent $48 on snacks because everything there is more expensive. Okay. And then we wanted something quick to eat, so we went to the Dairy Queen that was, in that it's not underground, but that atrium level shopping area. So we went to DQ. And then in the Marriott itself, there are 2 restaurants, and then I think there are like 2 stores. So I bought a drink. It was $3.81. My husband and my son went to Chili's. That was the $29.73. We got a Lyft. I think we went to the Sugar Factory Friday night, and the Lyft cost $10.92. Our food at the Sugar Factory was $55.69. And at the Sugar Factory that night, we saw Lil Baby. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but he's a rapper. And then we saw his baby mama, and we were sitting. Our table was right next to their private room. So the girls and everything were like freaking out, wanting to take pictures and everything. It was just a whole big ordeal. Then we had to take a Lyft back to the hotel. Why is this UPS store on here? I don't know. I guess I must have shipped something for my daughter. Then I went to Lowe's Can't remember what that's for. Maybe that was for my garage door opener. I bought supported some small shops on Etsy. And again, I bought something to drink at the Marriott. This GWCC is the Georgia World Congress Center. And that was where the competition was held. And I think this was like, I got a hot dog and some chips at the Nathan's hot dog stand for $10. We went to the Varsity Apparel pop-up shop, spent $106. I think it was on 2 sweatshirts for my daughter. Somebody back home, it must have been my husband, went to OMG Donuts and spent $10.52. He probably got a drink at the 7-Eleven for $1.81. Again, we went to CBS, my daughter and I, and spent $25. This Yummy Yummy was a either Chinese or a Japanese or Asian restaurant, and we got something to eat there. Again, we went back to CBS. And the GWCC, we had 2 different transactions for food. Yeah, that's all we could eat. Like, was it Saturday or Sunday? It must have been Sunday. And I think it was like, I can't remember. I think this one was the chicken tender stand. I don't remember what this one was, but needless to say, the food was very expensive. My daughter ordered some tacos for $16.55. Those soft tacos, I think they were steak tacos. And then on the way back, once my husband picked us up from the airport, we got food at Burger King and Popeyes. I went to Kroger, I think it was the next day, and bought groceries because, again, we had another ice storm. And we got KFC for $30, and then the parking. Oh, this was was this at Cheersport? I think so. Parking was $15.95 that I paid for. So, in a nutshell, y'all, this is everything that we spent for week 3, February. So, my budget is not perfect. Nobody's budget is perfect. I would say nobody's budget is perfect. I mean, we all overspend. We don't account for every little thing. At least I know I don't. When I set up my budget, I don't. That's why I always keep a buffer in the account, so that way when I do spend a little bit extra, it's not going to hurt anything because that money is in the account for things that may come up. And then the extra money that I may spend or that my husband may spend, it's already in the account. And we can afford it, you know. That's not to say that I'll try to go out and just spend, spend. That's not the case. I try to at least stick to the budget, but sometimes, hey, it just doesn't work out that way. And also, too, my daughter and I were on vacation. We were gone the 18th, 19th, 20th, and came back the 21st. So there were things that we wanted to do. So, and that requires spending money. And that's how our week was spent. So, yeah, that concludes this video. Probably, I think either tomorrow or Monday, I'll have my February week 4 weekly check-in or expense tracker video for you guys, so that way you can see the last week of February and how we did. And then after that, sometime this week, I will post my monthly budget setup. Okay. All right, y'all. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me over on Instagram Rachelle Budgets. And thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.